Alright, so welcome back to some more MXGP3. The additional tracks DLC just dropped, and you are getting this track, which is Thailand, France, and Sweden. And we'll go over them in that order here. Just one lap on each track, kind of tried to get a fairly clean lap. Now, this was my second attempt on Thailand, and then France and Sweden, I just rode the track one time and got a halfway clean lap and decided to use that for the video. Nothing amazing, just, you know, kind of give you an idea of what it looks like. Now, if you did play MXGP2 to any extent and had those tracks memorized, you're going to know exactly how to negotiate your way around this track, these tracks, not this, well, this one too, but all three of them, because they are virtually identically the same. They feel a little different because they scaled them to fit the way this game plays. I mean, it would have been kind of weird if they would have just copy and pasted exactly what was in MXGP2. It would have felt wonky because the game's so much faster. It would have been weird. So glad that they kind of scaled it right. Thailand was not one of my favorite ones from the second game, but I actually prefer it more in 3, and I'm assuming that's just because I prefer MXGP3 over MXGP2. But the track is good, it's awesome, it's just like it was in 2. I mean, there's not really much to say about it. Just plays faster, and I feel like it's a bit easier. I think it's a little bit easier to get around this track than it was in the second game. And next we will be moving to France, which I really like that track. That one and the Swedish track, I really like those from MXGP2. So I was really happy to see that that's 2 of the tracks they were going to give us in this DLC. But I believe this is also the final DLC that we will be getting for MXGP3. I don't think there's any plans to give us anything else. So basically I paid, I believe, $10 for the season pass on consoles. And I think it's worth it. You're getting 4 tracks, pretty much. $10 for 4 tracks. I mean, let's look at Supercross Encore. What were those track packs? They were, like, similar in price? I don't really remember. It's been so long since I did that. I don't remember. But they were similar in price. So for $10 or $7, however much the season pass is, I think it's worth it. You're getting 4 tracks. Even if 3 of them, were from MXGP2, I still think it's worth it. PC guys, I've heard, don't get a season pass. Maybe that's changed, but I heard people are paying $5 for the SMX Riders Cup DLC, which if I would buy that because I want to play it and I want to show it to you guys. But if I wasn't showing it to you or trying to give my opinions on it or review it, then no, I am not going to pay $5 for one track, one sub 1 minute track, sub 1 minute lap time track. I'm not going to do it. Just straight up not going to do it. But I did it because, again, I had access to buying the season pass on consoles. So I don't know how much this will cost you if it is not a season pass option. I would assume it would be more than $5 because it's more than one track, but also it is kind of a rinse and reuse from MXGP2, so maybe it is $5. So for $5, if you don't have the season pass, I think it's worth it for $5. Anything over that is kind of debatable. I guess you have to ask yourself, how much do I love MXGP3? And if you love it and you feel like you wanted a little extra content, not a lot, but a little bit, then I'd say pick this up. And here we are taking a look at Sweden, which was one of my favorite tracks from MXGP2. Although I feel like it's actually harder. You know, most of the tracks I feel like are easier than in 3 because of the way the game plays. But I almost feel like I was struggling. I mean, I didn't even finish this race, I don't think. Did I finish? I don't think I finished this race. I think I only did 2 laps and then just stopped it so I could do the video. But I mean, with only even 2 laps, I knew how the track was going to be laid out, but I felt like it was more difficult than it was in MXGP3, or 2. That's just the way it felt for me. This section here is weird. I kind of went too far to the inside and jumped. If I go too far to the right, you kind of go out of off track, I guess. But you can carve a really nice line up the middle. I did get that a couple times, not in the video, but it does work really well. So I don't know. I really like Sweden. I'm happy with the DLC, especially being able to purchase everything in a season pass. And individually, I really don't know. If this is $7 for 3 tracks, I probably am not going to do it because I can just fire up MXGP2 and play it. Even though it feels different, it's essentially the same track. So I guess you have to ask yourself a few questions that I cannot answer for you. How much do you love MXGP3? Are you wanting more content? Do you have access to a season pass? And even if you do, I mean, if you have the season pass, you're going to get it. But, you know, if you're going to buy it individually, do you want it really bad because you need to play more MXGP3, or are you okay with just starting up MXGP2 and playing these tracks? So, I don't know. I think it's good. I think it's worth it. I'm happy with it. I'm happier with this one, actually, than I was the SMX Riders Cup. and I think they did a good job. So thank you so much for the support on this series so far. If you want to see more, make sure to leave a like on the video and let me know in the comments. But you guys and girls are absolutely amazing, and until the next video, take it easy.